It passes with that same knife.
Wide blade, with the cutting knife here?
I think
This
so.
one. I have a 4.5, and that's all I've ever used for more years than I can possibly count. It's a triangle shape, so it goes to a point. Not sure what to say. If you have more light corners, we sharpen it at a different angle. Each time I sharpen it, I can adjust the angle as I want to.
Yeah.
I think Asuka Sensei keeps a couple of different ones. He keeps one sharpened at more of a, I don't know how to say it, it's more of an acute angle.
Okay.
I just use a generic standard angle for mine. But I do sharpen it differently depending on what job's on.
Yeah.
It's just an average thing right now. If there was some specific job cutting some kimono pattern with a zillion tiny circles,
yeah,
you sharpen it for that job.
Got it. Okay. Then I'm not sure I understand, probably because I don't know enough. But your knife is chisel ground. Is there a special reason for that, or is it just for the ease of sharpening? What does that
chisel ground? I don't know what it means. Is
that a term? I
no
don't
idea.
know. Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
And I don't know how to pronounce this name. Fujikuro. It's like Fihgav.
It's hard steel on the back surface and a soft steel on the top surface. It's two layers, and they're hammered together, forged together. So what you see on the top is soft steel, which couldn't cut well, but it's strong. It doesn't break. And the bottom layer is high carbon steel, which takes a sharp edge, but it's kind of brittle, and it would break if that's all you have.
Yeah.
It's the way like swords and stuff are
Yeah.
made. You can't really see it here, but then sometimes you can see the lamination when you're on the bevel. And we sharpen the bevel. I don't have a sharpener here. We sharpen the bevel this way, of course, sharpening on the bevel. That's what gives you the cutting edge. So I'm not quite sure the question. I'm sorry. I don't...
Okay. And dropped a bunch of frames and lost it in the middle of this for a little bit.
We drop frames?
Yeah. Not sure why. I have nothing. I've moved nothing. I don't know what it is, but... Certificate size again, 15 centimeters by 10 centimeters approximately.
For
Not
the block,
doing the
for the
A4 for the
print.
block, yeah.
The printed area of the box. The certificate itself is going to be around an A4 size. We'll see them tomorrow. I'll be carving those blocks tomorrow, so we'll see the setup.
Interesting. Did you hear this or see this? Dead Steve says, did people see that Francis Hungas finished a block set for Jed that he's sending to Ayumi Shiba to print? I had not heard about that. That's
I chatted with her about this on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
I'm not totally involved in the backstory, so I don't know all the details of this. And I'm also not sure what I should talk about. I guess somebody got in trouble, whatever, and they need help printing it properly. I don't know what's happening really. It's between Jed and Shiba-san.
Okay.
He's seen her new Ghost series, which has come out really, really well.
Yeah.
And Jed before had asked me if I want to be involved with that project, and I can't. We're booked up.
Yeah.
We're just solidly booked. I can't take more work from Jed over and above the Heroes prints that we're doing. We're just totally booked up.
Yeah, you're barely getting time to do these other ones that are all on the desk.
And he said, who do you know we can hire? And then I guess he was talking to Shiba-san. She was here one Wednesday. And he had asked her, do you have time to print or something? I was out of the room. And she said, yeah, I'd like to try it. So as far as I know, they've made an arrangement where she's going to do some kind of test printing for him on one of his new Neo Tokyo blocks, I guess.
Okay.
They're going to ship them to Japan, to her place. She's going to do some test printing and send it back. That's all I really know about this.
Interesting.
I had been a tiny bit concerned about this because they're going to do a Kickstarter campaign or something.
Yeah.
I'm not involved with the quality of the finished prints, so I really kind of hoped my name wouldn't be there. But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a hugely interesting project.
Yeah.
Some of the designs, I've seen them on Jed's Instagram. Some of the designs are hugely interesting, but man, they are difficult.
Yeah.
Totally, they're difficult.
Yeah. Oh, Didsteve says it's 22 blocks, and that's going to be a heavy shipment to and from Japan.
Which images are they talking about?
The reflection, the lady in the window.
I've never in my life ever taken on a project that difficult. Ever. Ever. I've been in this for 40 years now, and I've never done anything that difficult. That's staggeringly difficult.
Wow. Let's hope it all works. Wow. 22 blocks.
It's not the block count that makes it difficult. It's those transparencies and translucencies, and most of it has no key block.
Yeah.
It's just so difficult. I don't even know where to start to think about it. So I shouldn't. Because it's not my project. I shouldn't chat too much about it.
Okay.
I have nightmares about that one. If I were the printer.
Yeah.
Nightmares. There's nothing else to say.
Yeah, that would be a tough one. But it's a beautiful design. You're finishing up Hokusai's name and Namiura. Is that
This is Namiura.
Yeah.
I know. Nami is wave and Ura is backside. There's lots of, and it's not clear what this actually means. The researchers and people talk about this.
Yeah.
What do they mean? Kanagawa, the place name, Kanagawa Namiura is the name of this print, and nobody really knows what that means.
The back of a wave at Kanagawa Bay.
But what is the back of the wave? Because in normal terminology, and again, this is not my own knowledge, I'm just describing what I read about this.
Yeah.
When they're talking about waves, people who know waves, they don't have this expression. The back of a wave. In English, we go, what? We have the, excuse me, the crest of a wave, the curl. There's all these terms that people use when they're talking about waves, And it turns out that in Japanese, Ura is not one of those terms that's used when they talk about a wave. So the other question, maybe it's about Kanagawa Namiura at some back part of the Kanagawa area or something.
Yeah.
There's lots of discussion back and forth about this, and nobody really seems to understand what it means.
Interesting.
Well, in English, there's no problem. It's just become known generically as the Great Wave.
Right.
But that's not a translation of the title. There's no such Japanese title, Giant Wave, Oki Nami. There isn't one. And there's no suggestion at all of the word tsunami.
Yeah.
And when most of us grew up, we would think of a tsunami as being this kind of thing, this gigantic 20 meters high thing that cascades. And as we've learned in recent years, that's not how tsunamis work, actually. So
it's more like the sea level is suddenly rising.
Or suddenly over a period of X minutes, X hours, sort of up and up and up comes, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, instead of big cresting waves, it's just...
So what are we looking at in this picture? It's obviously a stormy situation.
Those people are in danger.
Yeah. Why Namiura? I don't know. There's lots of theories. The academics talk about this endlessly. What is the meaning of this picture and what's going on? The mountain is seen. When you think about where Mount Fuji is, as seen from the bay, Tokyo Bay, this wave is coming from the open seaside. We are looking towards the northwest. The open ocean is to our left. Tokyo 1, Edo Bay, is to our right. So these boats are leaving Tokyo. They're not heading back in to try and get there before the storm hits. These guys are leaving into that weather. It doesn't sort of make any sense. And there's lots of theories. They have the first catch of the season. They're trying to get it to the market before the other boats so that they can get the most money. Stuff like this, That's why they were out in the bad weather, trying to be the first to market with this kind of fish and stuff like that. But then they don't actually look like fishing boats. There's too many guys. There's 8 rowers instead of the normal 4.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things that are right and not quite right about this. You know?
Or maybe it's like some of his, was it the stops on the Tokaido? Wasn't that him?
Oh, that was Hiroshi.
Oh, Hiroshige, who just imagined some of the locations, and so maybe he's doing a similar thing. Just it's a beautiful image, and it doesn't really have some
That's
other
the
meaning
match
to it.
reality, yeah. So
Yeah.
you needed 8 guys there instead of 4 guys just to make it look, you know. So it looks like sort of a boat race situation.
Yeah,
Instead of the normal crew of 4, they've rowed up to 8.
yeah,
And that matches the idea. Let's get that batch of fish into market
Yeah.
first, you know, before we beat the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the old clipper races in the West, those tea ships and clipper ships.
yeah,
And they would race each other to try and get the first shipments back to market before the other guys, because that they come out at the highest prices.
yeah.
If you're number 2 or number 3 boat pulling into that port,
Nobody
bingo,
cares.
nobody cares. So,
Yeah. Did you have a print party recently with a lino cut lady from the fan group? The
she's
Acolytes
coming today.
page?
at 10
Oh,
o'clock.
she's coming today.
I mentioned
okay.
this yesterday, and I was wrong in one day.
Okay, they said, "How was the party with her?"
No,
I'm
that's
like,
it's
"Did that
today.
happen?"
I'm sorry. I was
It's
one
today.
day off. Mrs. Gar, she's the lino cut lady from the Acolytes page.
Cool.
In fact, she's posting under her own name there, so I can mention it. It's Ellen Geyer, Miss Ellen Geyer from America, and she's coming today for a print party. Not because she needs to learn how to do this, but she wants to just hang out and
Yeah,
talk to me and do
come.
stuff and whatever. So
Cool. That'll be fun.
yeah, she's a really nice lady, supporting our work very well. Doing super interesting work too.
Yeah.
She's crazy. She's nuts about this. You know.
Maybe she's watching.
Maybe. Don't be late.
Don't be late. You've got 37 minutes to get here.
I have another blocks ready. We got to change the blocks, get rid of the Peach Boy blocks, and bring up something else.
Oh, is she gonna do one of the others?
We're going to do one of the newer ones. So.
Nice.
The problem is, okay, there's beginners in the same group.
Oh no.
Whatever, we won't tell them.
Quentin Gummy says, "I wonder how a real life lino cut lady looks." Like, do you imagine what a person looks like? I don't know.
Well, I've met her before. She's been here before.
Oh, okay. Maybe she'll share a picture on the Acolytes page when she comes.
Or if she doesn't, we should maybe, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Oh, this was a while ago, but I missed this question. How long does the bamboo sheath on the Baron last? That's by Boston Pups. I don't even know if you're still in here. But
Anywhere from a couple of minutes to days, whatever. It wears out depending on how vigorously and how strongly and how powerfully you're using it. You know, a vigorous background block
yeah.
that takes lots and lots of power, you'll change it a few times in a day.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. And for the Baron we use for delicate hairlines, it might go for months because there's so little pressure used.
Right.
So there's no single
No answer.
answer. Yeah. So.
Okay. Let's see if I've missed any other questions. Oh, Hokusai died yesterday in 1849, apparently. Yesterday was the anniversary of his death.
Really? I'm not. I think that's in I think that's arguable. And when Jacques was here, was he 2 weeks ago? He visited Hokusai's grave.
Oh, okay.
And he'd asked me where it is, so I gave him the map, showed him where it is. He reported back that same afternoon, Dave, incredible coincidence, they were having an anniversary of his death ceremony. just at the time he was there. There was like newspaper people there. There was a TV crew. There was a bunch of hunger collectors and stuff like this. People from the temple were there.
Yeah.
And he got a little souvenir commemorative something. So I suspect this is one of those things that we don't know the exact date.
So we'll give you 3 or 4. And
Yeah, and it's also, remember, we had this change in our Georgian calendar. Well, they cut out 13 days or something, remember?
Something like that.
So when you translate old Edo era dates to our new dates,
Yeah.
do you do it including